Howdy, Axe. Welcome to BAN 320 Engineering Thermodynamics. My name is San Fernando. Just to give you a little bit of my background, I did my PhD in University of Nebraska-Lincoln, both my master's and PhD from the same institution in biosystems engineering. And then I did a couple of professional programs, postgraduate programs. One at MIT on biopharmaceutical nanotechnologies, and then another one at Carnegie Mellon University and University of Pittsburgh, a joint program by the two universities on biomolecular modeling and biomolecular simulations. And I'm also a registered professional engineer. So to give you a little bit of a background on the type of research that I do, our lab is interested in understanding and enhancing the power of biomolecular interactions. And we use a lot of thermodynamics in doing so. And for example, some of the projects that we have been doing would be enzyme, substrate, ligand interactions for bioenergy and biosensing applications. And we have been doing protein ligand interactions for finding antiviral agents, antibacterial agents, and also antifungal agents. And we have been looking at abiotic as well as biological catalysis for bioenergy and fuel cell applications. And some examples you can see we have been actually really looking at thermodynamics, and we have actually done some peer-reviewed publications in this area. One example is a thermodynamic equilibrium analysis of glucose conversion to hydrocarbons, and another example here is thermodynamic equilibrium analysis on methanol conversion. And another example is also looking at thermodynamic conversion of some of the other oxygenates as a prelude to biomass deoxygenation, or producing gasoline or diesel or kerosene or jet fuel type hydrocarbons from biomass based oxygenates. Okay, so basically we try to teach you the basics that would lead you to do these types of interesting analysis in this class. So and another example that I wanted to show you here is actually using the principles of chemical thermodynamics in this case for an application of this actually is a Zika virus protein. And tiny molecules that you see that are impinging and interacting with the protein are actually tiny biomolecules that would potentially act as drugs. And if you actually look into a close-up of this is an interesting phenomena that is occurring. This is actually an active site of the Zika virus envelope protein, and you can see these tiny molecules that you see over here are interacting with the active site of this protein. And by doing so, what will happen is we try to thwart the actual substrate coming and attaching to this protein, and actually by doing so we see the possibility of totally shutting down the virus from attaching onto our cells. So in order to do things like this, actually you basically need to know the fundamentals of thermodynamics, and that is what we are going to be doing in this class. There will be several people who will be assisting in this class, and one would be Nalin Samarasinghe, and Nalin is actually a doctoral student who is working in my lab. And he has been teaching thermo as an independent instructor actually. So he has been doing this for several years. And then there will be several other TAs that will be helping out throughout the semester. So just to give you an idea of how the class is going to be administered, you will notice that all the material would be on eCampus class website, and actually most of the material is going to be under the content folder. And if you go into the content folder, there would be different chapters, and within a chapter there would be several items that you basically will have to go through. And just to give you a very brief overview, what you can do initially is download the lecture slides, and then you can basically go to the video, and then you can basically watch the video while taking notes on the lecture slides. And once you do that, make sure that you go to this Learn Smart module, and this Learn Smart module actually will take you to the McGraw-Hill site, and then we'll be going through the Learn Smart problems, and this actually will be graded. So while you are actually going through the textbook chapter within this Learn Smart module, there will be questions that will pop up, and you will be answering them, and they will be graded. And then of course go through the video examples. And then next would be actually going through the worksheet, and these worksheets are for you to work by yourselves. And once you are done, actually the answers are already given in the worksheet. So first try to do it by yourself. and then if you get stuck, just look at the answers. And then there will be chapter homework, and these are associated with McGraw-Hill Connect. And then once you click on this, it will take you to the McGraw-Hill site, and then you basically will have to do all this online homework. And then there will be these practice problems, and practice problems are actually workout problems that you'll have to basically do. There will be, depending on the chapter, about 10 workout problems that you'll have to do per chapter. The answers will be posted for you to go through, and once all those are done, you are done with chapter 1, then you can basically proceed to chapter 2. Okay, likewise. Also, please note that every Friday from 4 to 6 during the semester, there will be the recitation class, which will be broadcast online through WebEx. And we will be doing problem solving during this recitation classes. And everybody is expected to attend the recitation classes. And you also would notice that there is a folder here which is called as administrative, and all the items that are associated with class administration, for example, class syllabus, how to order the textbook, and information on how to register for the proctoring service that is associated with all the exams are posted here. Note that all the deadlines associated with all the homework and other assignments, like the Learn Smart chapters, online homework, and the practice problems, are given in the schedule within the syllabus, as you can see. So whenever you wanted to figure out a deadline for a particular assignment, make sure that you go to the syllabus. And how to read this is pretty simple. The Learn Smart module associated with chapter 1 is going to be due on May 30th. And similarly, if you go to the online homework that is associated with chapter 1 is going to be due on 6th June. And the practice problems associated with chapter 1 is also going to be due on June 6th. For another example, the Learn Smart module for chapter 2 is going to be due on June 4th. And as you can see, exam 1 through chapter 4 will be on June 22nd. Likewise.